The YMCA is a very special place for me. I consider it the place where most of my dreams started and where I worked hard to make them come true. So I'm back here at the YMCA. It's been quite a few years. We won't say how many. But I want to talk to the kids who were in the same place that I was in 20 years ago, and just give them a little peek inside my journey, what it took for me. I'm going to talk a lot about passion, about patience, about hard work, about basically never stopping believing in yourself, because I think those 4 pillars are what created not only my basketball career, but created the life that I have for myself right now. I definitely wasn't handed a body that was made for basketball. Definitely not. I probably could have excelled a little bit more easily at cycling for sure with these quads, right? Maybe a catcher, maybe a speed skater. I'm sure if somebody was trying to direct me in a place that would have been the best sport for me, it wouldn't have been basketball. The problem is I wouldn't have had the passion, right? This is what I wanted, so the passion drives it. So no matter what anybody says to you, and I've been told a lot of different things, you're not good enough, you don't have what it takes, you're not tall enough, right? None of those things matter. None of them matter, right? You gotta believe inside yourself that you can do it. So I believe every single day. There wasn't a WNBA then. I just believed I played in the NBA. Fine. Right? Okay, done. My dad told me he'd buy me a pair of Jordans if I could dunk. If I got one dunk in, I said, one dunk? I got it! All right, and I bought strength shoes, and I did a program, and I did all this stuff to dunk. I never dunked, but I can tell you, just that challenge and the belief that I could got me to a place where, a much better place than I'd never tried. So no matter what, you've always, always, always got to believe in yourself. So I'm in New York City. I own a fitness company, Rilinger Fitness. I do anything from spin to one-on-one training to boot camps in New York City and boot camps around the world, really. I'm a Nike-sponsored athlete now. And I consider it an extension of basketball for me. I mean, when I was 7 or 8 years old, I had the privilege of finding passion in everything that I did. And I feel right now I'm living that same passion every single day. I've been in Africa. It was my latest trip, and I was lucky enough to be working side by side with a company named the George Maleka Foundation. So I created and implemented a PE program for a girls' school there. I would say one of the most rewarding and richest experiences to date for me. For me, making the decision as a child and as an adolescent and as a college and professional basketball player to sacrifice, to commit to what it was going to take to be the best I could be, segued into my life now. As an athlete, I learned how to win, I learned how to fail. I learned that being a good person and playing with sportsmanship are 2 of the same things. I learned that the sacrifices I make, I benefit from later in life. So everything that I learned in the field, everything that I learned on the court, everything I learned as an athlete absolutely has affected my life and who I am today. When I stopped playing basketball, I had a really real fear that I maybe wouldn't live as passionately again. And Greg Warner is my strength and conditioning coach from college, and we would have conversations about this. And a part of me thought maybe we're, as individuals, we're only allowed a certain amount of passion in our life. And maybe I just really lived it all early in life. Like maybe that was it, right? I had some fear about that. And he used to tell me, when you take everything you learned and you start sharing it with the world, that's when you're going to feel passion again. And I have to tell you, I never thought that anything would come close to feeling the way I felt when I scored a basket and I heard the crowd roar, or when I got an MVP award, or if I won a championship. And quite frankly, this is double that. This is triple that. Like, to be able to share this sort of information with kids or with my clients who are my same age, and they have goals as simple as wanting to fit into their skinny jeans, or wanting to get a boyfriend, or wanting to have enough energy to run around with their kids, right? So no matter where you are, if you're 10 years old and you have basketball dreams, or you're 45 years old and you just want to feel good again, right now is your time. It's not tomorrow, it's not yesterday. Right now is your time. My kitchen, I've got this big board. It's called my dream board. And on there I have pictures of things I want, you know. I want to take a vacation in Bali, and I have a picture of that there, you know. I want to be on TV with a fitness television show, so I have a picture of me on TV. I wanted to be with Nike. A year ago, I put the swoosh up there, and now I am. You know, and I think when you create those images for yourself, those things become very real. You know, your brain processes that. You know, I used to sit with Greg, and when I was preparing for the WNBA, and I'd have visualization exercises. So at the end of the day, I'd close my eyes, and I'd know what it felt like to have that crossover. Or I'd know what it felt like to make that basket. So it became so real for me. So that when it happened on the court, it was just, of course that's happening. I've already been there. I've already seen it happen. So I do the same thing for myself now. I put up the dreams that I have. You know, I put up everything I want to see happen on that board, and it is like magic. It happens like magic. I can say with certainty, as a 7, 8, or 9-year-old, I dreamt of being a professional basketball player. And for me, and that's what I want to talk to these kids about, it may not be being a basketball player, it may not be being a swimmer, or it may be being a ballerina, or an architect. You know, whatever it is, see it, understand it clearly, put pictures of it around you, make it so real to yourself that there's no way it's just not going to happen, and then make the plan to get there. So, I mean, in a sense, did I think that I was going to do some of these things? Yes. I definitely can say when my basketball career ended, there was a fear in me that I had lived with so much passion that what was next? Like, what if I never reached that passionate place again? And there was definitely a time where I was worried about that. And I had a mentor in college who was my strength and conditioning coach. He said very poignantly to me, he said, when you take what you learned and you start to give that back to other people, that's when you'll find that passion again. And I can say with certainty, that's where I am now. I'm living double the passion I was then because I'm actually being able to reach so many more people. It's not about myself anymore. It's about being able to lift other people up, whether it's children, adults, teams, individuals, and lead them into a similar life that I lived. Passion comes from within yourself. There's no doubt about that. If you have a passion, though, and you have a dream, the YMCA is a place where you can take the potential and you can actually harness it and turn it into something. I think we have the facilities here, we have the coaches here, you have the community here, and when you have all those things and you pull it together and you can harness that passion and you can come up with a plan, the YMCA is a place where you can make your dreams come true.